Okay, we will call this meeting of the Education Subcommittee of Appropriations to order. Does each member have a copy of the tracking document? Everybody has it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will, just as a point of reference, as we go through this, we will be only highlighting those areas where we have made a change from the governor's recommendation. And on that note, in the first section, section 21, with early care and learning, there were no changes. So we go now to section 23, Department of Education. In 23.1.4, we are moving to annualize the extended day, extended year addition of $158,319. And in 23.1.5, to increase the funds for ag education programs in Murray and Thomas counties in the amount of $330,000. And then the next section that we have a change is 23.5, communities and schools. The recommendation is to add an additional $100,000 to that line item. Okay. 23.8.4, under Georgia Virtual School, recommendation is to reduce the $800,000 allotment to $600,000 for the continued development of K-5 courses. And then right below that, 23.8.5 is a transfer, $315,000 for blended learning trainers. We're recommending to move that from the virtual school section of the budget to the REISs. So that is a transfer out, $315,000. And the next modification is in section 2311, and it would be line item 2311.3, which is the funds for the sparsity grants. As you know, there's 34 newly qualified schools, and in order to make that program work, we have recommended putting in a hold harmless for the original 21, and that amount is an additional $676,830, taking that appropriation up to $3,193,150. And right below that, in 23.11.4, an increase of funds for the enrollment in residential treatment centers, a change to the formula to deals with the paraprofessionals, moving that to a ratio of 1 to 5, which will cause an additional amount of $602,000 in that line item, taking it to $906,827. The next item is in 23.14, Quality Basic Education Equalization. That's simply a true-up of the numbers. Equalization will be fully funded under this, and that number then becomes an additional $5,652,647. Under Quality Basic Education Program, line 2316.2, again a true up of the numbers. That reduces that slightly to $100,806,240. And that will cover growth of 21,000 new students and 292 teachers and step increases. And then on 2316.6, we are recommending to annualize the savings as we did in the 2014 budget and 2014 amended to reflect the calculation without the health insurance, which drops that number to $5,492,289. And moving to the REISs, Regional Education Service Agencies, on line 23.17.3, you see an increase of funds for technology support in the amount of $640,000, reflecting the ability for each RESA to add a half-time person for technology support. And directly below that is the transfer in of the blended learning trainers, $315,464. And the next line item is in 2318.5. We are recommending to not increase the additional support for school improvement, so we've taken that $131,000 out. And then on line item 2319.3 and the GNETs, again, a true up in the calculation, simply truing up the numbers, and that's a reduction of about $46,000 there. And the next one is in technology and career education. Two changes there on 23.5, and again annualizing the extended day, extended year, $158,319, and then 23.6 funds for program enhancements, $592,000 there. In the testing line, 23.24.6, the test development section, this reflects a reduction of $1.25 million in that area. And again, if when those contracts are let, it requires more funds, we can handle that with the 15 amended budget. That's all of the changes in the education section. Then there are no changes in section 24, ERS. There are no changes beyond what the governor has recommended in section 26, which is the Office of the Governor, which includes professional standards and OAS. And then the other one is TRS, and there's no changes there. So if there are any questions from the committee?
No, sir.
Chair will entertain a motion.
I move that we do accept the budget as presented. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, and that concludes our action.